Our next guest needs no introduction. Don Cherry is, well, famous hockey broadcaster, hockey coach, player, and of course the author of this new book, Straight Up and Personal, The World According to Grapes. Mr. Cherry, being remembered.
Call me Don, please.
Okay,
you
Don.
Got a cameraman with a Boston Bruin hat. Welcome, so you can call me Don.
Don, you write in the book a lot about your trip to Afghanistan, but you also include some very personal pictures of relatives who served in the First World War.
Yes.
Is that where your love of the troops comes from, a family connection?
Well, yes, my relatives and my grandfather, Paula Mountain, 34 years with RMC, but he was a worker, he wasn't, and Sergeant Thomas William Mackenzie, who I'm very proud of, worked there too. He was a plumber, and they both went overseas in the First World War. My grandfather was at Vimy Ridge, and my Sergeant Thomas William Mackenzie, believe it or not, and it just boggles the mind that he was in the whole war and was killed with 4 days to go, November 7th. He won the Military Medal in Bar, and I have pictures of him all over. So I am the military, they're the best, the police and the firemen, you can't beat them.
Well, and they return the favor, they return the love. We're here at Chapters in Oshawa, and you had a couple of Durham police officers drop by just to say hello and share their love with you.
They give me a beautiful thing that only they give, and Patricia Patz gave me a few things too. I'm an honorary member of the Patricia Patz, also the Royal Canadian Horse Artillery. So and I understand you're with the Argyll Southern Highlanders.
Yeah, long time ago, but yeah, still a love for
always with them there. You're always one.
Absolutely. Now, I want to ask you about the trip to Afghanistan. Reading in the book, it sounds like you kind of decided on a whim one night after a game, sitting with Ron McLean in your hotel room, talking, having a couple of brown pops, and you said, "I'm going."
Well, it was, it was after a couple of pops, but, I was always, you got to walk the walk, and I always felt kind of a phony. The guys were over there, they're there all the time, and all of a sudden I'm not going. And I said, I'm going to go over, and when I found out it was the Royal 22nd of the Van Duys, my son said, you don't have to worry about the Taliban, you better worry about the Van Duys. No, they were great. We were over there. We saw the American troops. They weren't too happy. They were there for a year. They could hardly wait to get out. But I have to say, those guys, our guys, and I'm not just saying this, they were pumped. They were ready to go. You could see they were volunteers, and they all looked like hockey players. I mean, they were all ready to go. I was so proud to be a Canadian over there.
Okay, when you say that you love the troops, you support the troops, people like me say it, you get accused of, it's just jingoism, patriotism, you're wrapping yourself in the flag, you're doing it for self-promotion. That's not what it's about for me, and it's offensive to me. Well, how does it feel for you?
Well, I mean, I've been on 30 years now, and I don't think I have to worry about self-promotion right now. But you get that all the time. I mean, you get people that no matter what you do, you're going to get criticized. Well, you should know that better than anybody. But I
don't know. Am I more controversial than you now?
Well, I don't know. I think you are. And no, you always get people that are going to criticize you, no matter what you do. And so a long time ago, I remember, believe it or not, I mean, there was a writer, a woman in the Star. She listed 10 things that I was. I think I was a troglodyte. I had to find out what that was. A misogynist. I forgot. I couldn't figure out the word. So you forget about all that, and you can't get upset, as you know, over the people that don't like it, because if you're going to come out and you're going to say things that people don't like, and you weigh you strong, and you don't sit on the fence, some people are not going to like you, and that's the way life.
Well, it was controversial when you started talking about the Afghan war on Coach's Corner, but then it became a favorite segment for a lot of people when you would honor if we lost a soldier that week. That became a favorite segment.
Well, I have to tell you, when I did it, after it was over, and some of those soldiers, they looked about 18 years old. I wonder how the parents feel about it. I really do. And then I started to get letters from the parents and they appreciated it. So I kept it up, and Corporal Nathan Sorello, I talked to his father. That was well, we all know what happened there, and I talked to him, which made me feel good that they didn't resent it. And sometimes you wonder, when you do things like that, will he appreciate it? And they do.
All right, Don Cherry, author of Straight Up and Personal. Some great
good
stories
cover,
about.
Though, eh?
It is a good cover.
You know what happened there? That was on the NBC. I was on with Brent Hall, and I think I was talking about fighting at the time.
All right. We'll get into more tomorrow on that, but some good stories of the troops in the book.